I think Jan covered it pretty well, but let me go over a couple of fine points here.
He has all the, like, real information.
I got a little bit. The proponents of this have misled throughout the entire time. It's really disgusting to me. Among their first claims was, if you don't do this C3, then the C1 zoning is much less restrictive and they'll be able to do so much. Well, quite frankly, that is just a fallacy, and I don't know where they come up with this, because a C1 requires an approval just like any other zoning or development, and it's discretionary. The county can say no. The C1 district has 11 listed uses and 14 named uses. The C3 district that they have created has 30 listed uses and 53 named uses. This is not to mention that in the C1 you can build all the way up to 30 feet high. In the new C3, less restricted, you can go to 65 feet. Figure out how that works. The other thing about the C3 is it's pretty much endless, because in the text it says if you put it in the master plan and the county approves it, you can do it. So it's just pretty much endless what you can do in the C3 zone as they wrote it. It is among the most lenient zoning ordinances out there, period. So, another thing that they bring up when you point these things out, oh, we have to let them do it now, or we're going to be responsible for taking their property. Well, that's a fallacy, a complete fallacy, because first of all, the initiative or the referendum stayed the action of the county. It is not, the zoning as they adopted it is not effective, because the people of this county signed a petition that qualified for the referendum we are going to vote for. So there is no zoning there, there is no taking. The zoning that existed prior to what their action was is still in effect, which still gives them some uses and allows them to continue using the property in the manner that they have for years. So the concept that, oh, you're going to be taking property, we're going to be suing for millions of dollars is a total fallacy. And then they quote a South Carolina case where they left the guy with a small sand dune who couldn't do anything, and it's simply not applicable, because all the properties that have been designated have existing and permitted uses. So another one of their fallacies is, oh, the general plan says you got to have nodes, we got to zone this, we got to do this, and they act like they're in some kind of big hurry. Well, they adopted the general plan in 2015. So where have they been for 5 years if it was so urgent? And the reality is you don't have to do it immediately. You can do it in a number of different ways, and among the things you can do is you can change the general plan. You don't have to continue to live with a bad plan. The other things that could occur is it could be phased, it could be timed. There's a number of different ways to deal with the general plan and how it is applicable. But having to rush to C3 zoning is not Part of the big fallacy on this whole thing, and it's just amazing, is that they did it without environmental or economic analysis. Now, the California Environmental Quality Act requires that you do an environmental analysis at the earliest possible stage of development. Well, they have a couple of these nodes have big plans already, and they're giving away the zoning without any updating of any environmental work. They're relying on some environmental work that was done 6, 7 years ago, and it's simply not applicable. Is the traffic the same as it was 6, 7 years ago? How about water situations? How about who knows what? They simply didn't do the environmental work necessary. The economic work, I mean, they anecdotally say, oh, it'll bring in tax money. They don't bring up the fact that there will be enormous and additional costs. You're not going to be able to send police, fire, and every other service to 4 nodes out on 101 from existing facilities without additional costs. The additional costs may very well outweigh whatever they bring in. It's just a ridiculous notion. Another fallacy is that, oh, this is smart growth. We're going to require architectural style. Give me a break. They say this is smart growth. Well, it simply isn't. It doesn't preserve open space. It doesn't preserve natural beauty. It doesn't create a neighborhood that's walkable, that is usable, and has a strong neighborhood cohesiveness. It does not meet the requirements of smart growth as defined by the Department of Urban Development. The smart growth movement stemmed from the Awani principles in the early 2000s, and the smart growth organizations have grown from that. And believe me, this doesn't come close to being a walkable community. It's auto-oriented, and that's what it's aimed at. And then in concluding, I just want to say that, we're in a hurry to, we're going to get this revenue, we're going to solve all our problems. Well, the county should have been thinking forward. Some of the same supervisors that are feeding you this. When in about 2007 or 8, they reduced the traffic impact fees some 80% and left $28 to $30 million on the table as of now, and still have to raise them to the point that is necessary. They went to the voters and got you to agree to another sales tax. Well, that isn't bad enough. They also reduced the requirement for affordable housing. It was on there. There was an affordable housing requirement. They eliminated it, the same people. And so why is there no affordable housing? Because they eliminated it. They took the burden away from the development community. They're not going to do it on their own when they can make big money without it. So those are among the fallacies and stories that I have to tell. And with that, I'm going to turn it over.
I got a question. What is the potential for the houses being built out there if they were to okay this? I mean, what is the actual potential of them putting how many houses out there?
What the ordinance allows is 30 per node, and allegedly 1,400 square feet.
Okay, I'm just worried about the amount.
Yeah, it's 30 acres. So 30 times 4 would be 120 houses.
Okay, now what about the other nodes?
No, 4 nodes, 30 houses per node, 120 houses.
Aren't there any other nodes? I thought there was like another 12.
Oh,
I was like, yeah.
those they haven't dealt with, to my knowledge.
Okay, but that's why I'm asking, what is the potential, say this does?
Well, I think, and I could be wrong, I think there are 16 total nodes.
Right.
So
that's how many houses potential?
you know, I use a smartphone now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what we gotta say, because I had somebody on Facebook telling me, oh, the city okayed this many houses, that many houses, and then it hit, wait a minute. Was that a 2 to 3 vote? Or did everybody vote on it to get these houses in? So I said, so what are you trying to tell me? Everybody okayed this or not? I said, because you make it sound like the city went ahead and said, oh yeah, no problem, so it should be no big deal to put houses out there. And then when I went, wait a minute, 30 units, that's 4. When I found out about the others, and I was like, wait a minute.
Let me jump back to the environmental issues. Now, on some of these nodes out at 101, there's no water, or very minimal water. There's no services, there's no, you know, it would be a big deal to see those go in.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're making it sound like, oh, those are just caretakers' places and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, wait a minute.
As I said last time, I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger.
Well, I know. I just want people to think about that, because once you open the door, you're letting them in, and then the next thing, well, guess what? We just got done putting something. We need to put a little bit more here. Put a little bit more there.
Let's hear the rest of the speakers. There was one thing I forgot to say, and it's really important. They want us to trade away our unreplaceable, beautiful green space for this really bad development idea, and we've got to stop it. That's all.